Hello, Marisa. Yeah, don't forget the meeting. If you can attend that meeting. Yes, so thank you. See you. And King. Let me check that. I think Christy is attending the meeting. Hi, Christy.
Hello, team.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, is this everybody?
Yep.
Cool. All right, let's get started then. So you guys sent me a report, so I will share that with you so you can see what I'm looking at. This in the way. I get that. Actually, stop that. Things going off everywhere. All right. All right, so you can see what I'm seeing?
Yep. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, let's have a quick squeeze. So where are you up to? Is this a full draft?
Almost done because we have book a test meeting with our client tomorrow
Okay.
afternoon. So just the result of the test we didn't feel yet, but
Okay.
the rest of the parts have almost done.
Cool. All right.
Maybe we will polish them next week or something.
Yeah, that's good. These don't ever, so from table of contents up, they never go into the actual table of contents.
Okay.
Makes sense. Because it comes before that. Okay, so what you might want to do in your intro, just because this is a related but separate report, just put in a paragraph that reminds us about who the client is and what they're trying to achieve, just for continuity.
Okay.
Great. Good. Now, is that the existing process?
Yeah.
Right. Yep, that's fine.
Mm.
Can you say that here? Instead of respective operation to say existing operation, or just so we know what is before and what is after? Design mockups. Yep, that's look all good. Oh, okay, so this is the progression. Is that what you're showing me in this? Okay. Can you say that somewhere? I think I missed that, unless that's in the introduction stuff. I just didn't have a look at it. Yeah, so when you put figures in, they should be referenced in the document to explain what the reader is looking at and why and what it is that you want them to see. So rather than just putting it in and calling it figure 4, in this introduction, you need to say, for example, figure 4 shows an example of or shows you that. So all of your figures and stuff have to have a reason to be there, and that reason has to be written into the document.
So that I put the summary in the end of the design part?
Yeah, so wherever they are, just before or just after, you have to refer to them so that the user doesn't go, why am I looking at these pictures? Okay. So they will read in the introduction to it, or in this earlier section, that figure 4 shows something, and there it is.
You got it.
So do that for all of these. Anytime you have a table or anything, time you have a picture, you've got to explain what they all are. And so having 3 major figures, 7, 8, and 9, all next to each other, I don't know what you're actually showing me. You've got to explain to me why they're there and what you want me to notice about it.
Yep.
Or in this case, your client.
Thank you.
Yeah, so same, why is 11 there? What are the 3 parts of 11? Show me, that kind of stuff. Page layout. Yeah, so here you go. The layout of the application is as seen in figure 12, for example. Blah, blah, blah. Yep. Yeah. This is really nice. It's coming together very well. Lovely, lovely. Okay, technical development. See, what you've got here is this part should be referenced back to the schedule, but there's no schedule that I can see. So what you want to do is put the schedule here, at least for Agile1.
Yep.
So pull that one from the planning, drop it in here, say, as you can see from figure blah, blah, these are the things that we planned to be doing, and this is our assessment of said plan.
Okay, I put that for the appendix of the report.
It's independent. Then what you'll see is I don't know where that is. So I don't know that it's in the appendix. So you either need to say it's in the appendix or you need to drop it in here.
Okay, thank you.
So what you might want to do is put a little in here about the technical component. So not just what you've done, but just a bit of a quick summary about what technologies you're actually using or anything to assist us in understanding what you've been able to develop in the time that you've had. Doesn't have to be long, not a couple of pages or anything. Just we are creating this artifact using these particular whatevers.
Yep.
Okay, so this section should end with an updated Gantt chart to show the differences, or a comparative Gantt chart to show the differences. So that the reader can actually get a summary, because this is very text heavy, this particular section, whereas it actually could be really quite engaging when you say, this is our plan, this is the discussion of what's going on, this is actually what it looked like. So somebody can see do a comparative analysis. Through your testing. So here what we're looking for is who ran the technical testing?
It hasn't actually been done yet.
Oh, okay. So make sure, because this is not just the outcomes, this is the protocol and the methodology as well. So in that front section, you want something about what the process actually was, who was involved, how many people tested it,
yep.
All of that kind of stuff. And similarly for the user stuff, who did you actually choose? How many people? Why were they the right people? What questions did you ask, or what scenarios did you get them to work through? All of that kind of stuff. Go away. Yeah, so once you've done that, fill all of that out. Yeah, so again, who? You've got a bit of methodology here. Yeah, so this doesn't tell me the people. Oh, no, it does. I see. Yeah, so just clean all of that up and make sure it's consistent with the rest of it. Good. That'll be good. Yeah, so what we need is actual maps and models and additions to whatever here, so that we can actually see what you're actually going to be doing, or what actually you need to change. So whether it's requirements and, what are your set of updated requirements or augmented requirements, if it's a time-based one, what's the new Gantt chart, what's the new milestone progression, that kind of stuff. So that stuff isn't in addition to. So you put things in the appendix when it's like peripheral, potentially interesting information for people. If they want to know more, this is actually the Gantt charts and the requirements is actually part of this document. So while they're large, what you can do is just do a little subset of it to show what you're specifically talking about at that particular point in time. So don't throw all of the big diagrams in the appendix, because they are actually relevant to what you're talking about. And the reader would want to see them to make sense of what you're actually saying. So drop them back in here, or contain them and then drop them back in here. But in terms of the structure and the content so far, this is great. This is really good, very much on point. So just a little bit of cleaning up, a little bit more reference to why the pictures are there, dropping the appendices in and sort of elaborating those, because you need to essentially set the end of this document up as a new planning report so that you can go into Agile1. So rather than going back to planning report in semester 1, you go to the end of this document and you go, this is our start point for this section. At the moment, you don't really have a well-articulated start point for your next step. So once you've done your testing and your reflections, just kind of articulate at the end here what the next plan moving forward is. Okay?
Yes.
So that is good. I like it.
Cool.
Yes, thank you. Cool.
Do you have any specific questions for me?
With the requirement changes, it's still very, what should I say, blurry or fuzzy, because our client Thomas keeps saying we want another meeting with the CSIRO and things like that, and we don't really know if something's going to change again or not. Like, for example, he wants us to talk with them again tomorrow.
Okay.
So
Yes.
can we say that in the report, like details aren't exactly clear yet?
Yeah, you absolutely can. In summary, so basically, project is about two things. Project is about you showing me that you have the capacity to work through project stages. Okay.
Yeah.
And the other thing is project is an opportunity for you to build a real thing in the constraints of what a client looks like and does. And so what I want to see in these reports is that you are working through the process. And while your client might slightly augment and slightly whatever, you still have to be able to work through this process. So it's fine if he wants you to talk to people, but what you guys have to remember, and he has to remember, which I will remind him of, is that you have a process to get through and you can't continually change. But what you absolutely can say in your report is, given your clients new information, there is the potential that this will continue to slightly be augmented, but any augmentations you actually do need to make sure that you're okay with. I don't want you to take on basically a different project. So it's entirely okay to say in your report, based on the feedback, based on everything you've done so far, the client has some interest in potentially changing some requirements. At this stage, you don't know what they are, but you will meet, and then at the start of Agile 2, you will have a clearer idea, and then that you will refine as is needed. That's exactly what we do in real life anyway. Just make sure you don't sign up for massive new things, and you don't leave that opportunity open by saying, we will renegotiate our project in this report. You say, this, as our understanding is right now, this is our situation. And then if it changes, then you augment that later.
Yep. Thanks.
Yeah. No worries. All right. Going well. Just finish it off.
All right,
do
cool.
your testing.
Yep.
Have fun.
Make
Make sure you write your methodology in your testing as well, so we understand your process, and in your technical section a little bit about what you're actually developing with.
So my question is, maybe the technical testing just beats our development the team to take that, because we understand what the back end coding,
that's
and that
perfectly fine, but you've got to say what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I just need to know who did it, or how many people did it, or what specific things you were testing for.
Yeah, I get it. Thank you.
Cool.
And that's all. We just booking another testing meeting with Thomas tomorrow.
Yep.
So we can do that well. And
yeah, just report on how that comes back.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, you guys take care. Call me if you need me again.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
See you
Thank
later.
you very much.
Bye.
Cheers.
See you.
Yeah.